All right, cool. So if I and can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Yep.
Right, awesome. All right. So if I'm to understand correctly, the question that that some of the top leaders that are on with us right now are trying to understand is the legality of what we're doing. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. Well, first of all, we do crowdfunding, and as everybody should know, crowdfunding is 100% legal on all 7 continents and every country in the world. So what we're doing is 100% legal everywhere, no matter where you're doing it. Secondly, the way we are doing it is also 100% legal in every country in the world. We've been doing it for 16 years, so it's not like we're just getting started doing this right now. We've been doing it for 16 years. We've been doing it very, very well for 16 years. We're in over 150 countries. So far, we've helped over over 670, actually closing in on 680,000 people right now. And 50/50 is new, but the process that we're using is the same as what we did before. We just did some enhancements to it, revamped it a little bit. And for those of you that have any concerns as to the legality of what we're doing, you can do what thousands of other people have already done, and that is 2 things. You can, search the internet and find out whether or not crowdfunding is legal or not, and you'll find that it is. And the second thing that you can do is you can ask your lawyers. Everyone has lawyers, and
on the internet.
And so far, we've had just in this short period of time, we've had dozens of people who have inquired with their independent legal. They've got their own independent legal advice, and every lawyer that they've spoken to has all said that what we're doing is 100% legal. Go forth and multiply.
So I'd like to welcome everybody. My name's Duncan Wood. I'm calling from, I live in North Wales. I've been making a full-time living from, I started in network marketing, but I ventured mainly to online marketing. I've been doing that for quite a few years now, but quite recently I had the worst year I've had for a long time. I literally had one thing after another happened, and I got into a situation where I had more money going out than money coming in, and it got to a serious point where I had to do something about it. I really didn't know what. The businesses I've been involved in, some of them aren't around anymore. Many have let people down. A lot have been badly managed, or certain things have happened with them. Anyway, cut a long story short, I was sent a video literally about 42 days ago now by a very good friend of mine, John Van Dersen, who lives in Canada. I watched the video, but I shouldn't have watched it that day. I wasn't in the right place, to be honest, and I ignored it. John persisted, and he sent me another message a week later, and in that message he stated that he had been in this system for 16 days and he had received in his bank 56,000. Well, I don't know about you, but I had to call him. I was skeptical because we've all been burnt in the past, so unfortunately we start prejudging things before we've even properly looked. So I called John and went through everything in great detail. I wanted to know who was behind this system, what was its longevity, whether it was legal, everything about it, the whole payment system, how that worked, whether people could fiddle it, everything about it. So I'm hopefully going to explain tonight everything about this system, how it works, and what's involved. So what is crowdfunding? Crowdfunding is a system that's been around for thousands of years. If you think about it, what did people do before they had mortgages? If you wanted to build a house or buy a house, well, basically people used to work together as a community and help each other. And that's exactly what crowdfunding is. It's a system, a process of raising funds for any project, cause, through a group of people working together. And because of the internet now, this kind of system has really come to the forefront. Now, there are many types of crowdfunding, but there's 4 main types which are listed there, as you can see: loan-based, investment-based, donation-based, and prepayment or reward-based. This is actually what they call peer-to-peer crowdfunding, and you can go and do your own research, but I did mine. I phoned up a friend of mine who's a solicitor, and I can tell you that the first person I spoke to when getting involved in this, he actually put doubt in my mind because he said crowdfunding was illegal. I phoned up my solicitor to find out exactly who was right, and I was correct. He was wrong. Crowdfunding is totally legal, and especially peer-to-peer crowdfunding in every country throughout the world. So do your research properly if you're going to do it, and make sure people that you inform, if you inform anybody, that they do their own research. So why is crowdfunding booming right now? Well, it's really because of one big problem, the banking system. The banking system is failing people. We all know about the last banking crisis, and if you think that's the last banking crisis, you haven't seen anything yet, because the next one is going to be 10 times, maybe 100 times bigger. It's basically because of mortgage-backed security failure. That's the cause of it. It's how the banks run their systems. And if you don't believe me, go and find and do your own research, because you will find all sorts of films that are being made, and there's more information coming about what is going on in the banking system. It's basically, that is the main problem. There's lots of websites you can see on these slides that you can go and do your own research to find out what is going on and why the problem is getting bigger. It's not going to get any better, it's going to get worse. So the banking system is the main problem. It's a crooked system, and it's not helping people, and people being people needed to find another solution. So there's no better way of stop going into debt than crowdfunding. So who is crowdfunding? Well, these are the main companies. These are some of the top companies on the internet to date. You've probably heard of most of them. I had, but I didn't realize that a lot of them are, or all these that you're looking at, are all involved in crowdfunding. And these companies are generating millions through their sites through this system. And they're not the only ones. As you can see, 2 social media sites on there. Now the social media platforms are now getting in on the act. So crowdfunding is growing massively. If you go and look at Fundly, in 2017, they state that $34 billion was donated through crowdfunding systems, and this is projected to grow by 2025 by $300 billion. So ask yourself a question: how much of this market would you like to receive? It's actually growing at 168% a year. That is phenomenal. So, and as I said, the social media sites are now jumping on the this system, and for them to put a new system into their site, which is operated and used by millions of people all over the world, is a major undertaking. So PayPal are now allowing people to use their platform to crowdfund, and they're not the only one. Facebook now is the same. You can now this will allow anybody in the world to donate to whatever cause you want. So literally, this is a growing industry, and it's certainly not going to stop growing in the next quite a few years. So can anybody crowdfund? Yes, they can. You don't have to be a company. You don't have to have a reason or to be a charity. In fact, even the kids can get involved. You need to be 13 to 17. You would need parental permission, but anybody over 18, that's your decision. You only need a phone and a computer, and it's the age of technology that is helping expand this even further than it is today. So who's behind 50/50? It's this gentleman here, David T. Rosen. He is a Canadian. He is an entrepreneur. He's very experienced in this industry. In fact, he's had 16 years of experience now in this industry. And one of the companies that the most successful, it's one of the most successful crowdfunding sites, and it's still running to this day. It started in 2002, and David actually sold out that company. And the reason was it's due to ill health. He couldn't continue it any longer, so he had no decision, but he had to sell it. It's still running to this day, currently has 670,000 active members, and generates over $1 billion in donations. Now, David estimates that this system he has created, which is using now the latest technology and with the social media that we have now, and the fact that it's totally different than anything else out there, he reckons that this is going to be 10 times bigger than his previous company, which is still running to this day. Now, you can see there that this company that he sold out generated 1 billion. Imagine when it reaches 10 billion in donation. So David has a track record. He knows what he's doing. He knows where he's going. And I can tell you, in the short time I've been with this company, I can see they are taking massive action and doing what it takes to provide us with a system that works. So why this company? Well, imagine if you got involved in these companies on the slide now. They're all household names, and these companies have become some of the biggest companies in the world in our lifetime in a very short period of time. Imagine how wealthy you would be today if you'd have got involved in these companies. So timing is everything, and it's exactly the same as if you got involved in Microsoft, Amazon. It's timing is everything. And this company 50/50 launched on the 4th of October, literally just over 2 months ago. When I started, literally 42 days ago, I think it is, the company only had 500 people in the world involved. Now it's got 14,000. So let me just go through how it works. 50/50 is the world's first crowdfunding system that allows you to receive half of everything that happens in your donation center forever. 50/50 is based on the world famous Mobius loop and a system called G technology, which is the most successful 2x2 follow me donation center in history. What that Mobius loop actually means in short, simple terms, it means that any person that you introduce follows you through each of the levels that you can move up to in the system for life. They never leave you unless they stop donating. And basically in this system, as long as you keep donating, you keep receiving, and you always receive more than you're donating. So 50/50 is a team crowdfunding system that provides help not only from what you do, but from above and below. In other words, people you introduce, and everybody can receive donations literally seconds after donating. This is one of the key points I wanted to find out. 50/50 is a peer-to-peer team crowdfunding system. What does that actually mean? Well, there's no middlemen. There's no money that goes to the company. You're not giving any money other than a license fee, which is a 6-monthly license fee to the company. That's the only money that ever passes through the company. So all the donations are literally person to person, peer to peer, and they're immediately assigned. You are the beneficiary directly into whatever system that you want to accept. So as an example, you can use PayPal, or you can have it straight into your bank. It's up to you how you want to receive those funds. But there's no company, no middleman taking a slice of it. And 50/50 provides you with your own website, with your own link, with a totally automated dashboard that displays everything in real time. You can track everything. You can see who you are donating to, who you are receiving donations from. So it's literally a system to allow you to build up as many donations as you want for as long as you want. So how do you get started? Well, there's 3 simple steps. First thing is you need to register from the link that the person that told you about this gives you. Then you send the $29 to the company. That's for 6 months, so it's only twice a year, not much. And then you need to become what's called an active donor. So when I started, I donated to 2 people. Everybody does. 1 to your sponsor and 1 to a person. You don't know who that person is, and nobody controls who that would be. So you cannot fiddle the system. So once you're registered, become an active donor, and then all you need to do is introduce 2 people. 2 people like you that want to raise some capital, whatever it's for. It might be to reduce debt. It might be to raise money for a business that they want to start. Whatever your reason, it doesn't matter. Once you've found those 2 people, help them to become an active donor just like you did, and then just help them do exactly the same. Find 2 people each, and then you will have 6. Now that is what is called a matrix, and there's only ever 6 positions in a matrix. Once that matrix is full, it is finished, you can start do it again and again and again. It's quite a simple system. It's exactly the same through every level. So here are the 5 sensors that you can get going with. Now you could, if you wanted to, start with all 5. There are many people that start with all 5 donation sensors. Most people, including myself, I started with the 250 level. So I donated 50-50, half to my sponsor, half to the person that you drop underneath in the matrix. And you now can receive 6 times $125 in your account, to a maximum of 1 cycle, which is 750 on the 250 level. At any time you can upgrade to the 500 level. When you upgrade, you still carry on with your first level, the 250 level. You now have both, so you can now receive on both. So the 500 level, you share 2 donations of 250. You are receiving now 250. You receive back 1,500, and so on. You can see the 3rd position there, 1,000. You'll be receiving donations of 500 a time, times 6, 3,000 on that level. 4th position, 2,000, 1,000 a time for donations. That's 6,000 in total. Level 5, 4,000, 2,000 in donations at a time is 12,000. Now imagine if you could get to the level where you've got all 5 receiving centers, all funded from an initial outlay of $250. It is completely self-funding. When I first saw this, I thought, oh, here we go. You've got to outlay 250, then you've got to find another 500. No, that is not the case. It is a completely self-funding system. Now, very recently, we added 3 other positions to underneath the 250 level, and here they are here, the 150, the 50 and the 25 levels, and they, as you can see, exactly the same thing. In the $25 level, it's 6 times 6 times $12.50, so a total of 75 returned. $50 position, that's 6 times $25, that's 150, and then the 150, 6 times 75, 450. You can have these 3 positions and the other 8 positions, so sorry, the other 5 positions, so in total you will have 8 positions in total throughout, and these sites can be linked from the same platform. So here they are here, here's the 50-50 fast. This allows anybody anywhere in the world to get going if they can't afford 250 as an example, to start at the $25 level. You could have the 25, the 50 and the 150. You could have the 3 positions plus the 250. It's really up to each individual of where they start. All you need to understand is you can start at whatever level you want. You do have to start at either the $25 in the 50-50 fast or the 250 in the 50-50, the standard. Now, what you can't do is, as an example, some people think that you could jump up, as an example, let's say to the 2,000 level. You can't. You literally need to start at the bottom level, either the 250, then you upgrade to the 500 or the 1,000, or you start with all 3 positions in one go. You can have each level in operation simultaneously. You use the same login for both platforms, and both platforms will soon become one site very soon. So all 8 levels could pay out on the same day. Just have a look at the figures on the slide here. If that happened, it's quite incredible what kind of how this works out. So this system now has been running just over 2 months, literally 2 months. And so far now, 14,000 members. Now remember, I said when I started literally 40 odd days ago, there were only 500 people in the world. Now there's 14,000, and this is a few days old now, so that could be even as high as 15,000 now. Currently, those 14,000 members have generated over 7 million in revenue in 2 months. That's approximately 3.5 million per month, and they are the stats for January. Imagine what it's going to be like in January, February, March. Absolutely incredible. So that is the system. Hope that helps. What I would recommend is get back to the person that invited you on the call, find out or think about the reason, your reason why, learn this system. It's like anything, the only way you will really learn it is by doing it, and by doing it you will begin to understand what happens. It's exactly like, if I describe to you how to drive a car, you'll never ever drive a car until you actually get in it and do it. So work with people, work as a team, because this is a team effort.
Having a background in multi-level marketing, working with people, I know that for any system to work that deals with people, and again, this is not multi-level marketing, but any system that deals with people has to be simple. It has to be simple to be duplicatable. This system I'm sharing with you today has only 3 simple steps. Step 1 is you would register. Now, in 2 months, the company have now introduced a lower level platform as well. So we have 2 platforms that we can register for. The main platform is $29 every 6 months. But if that's too high for somebody, we have a lower platform, which is $19 every 6 months. But for now, I'll continue to talk about the higher platform at $29. So I spend $29 with the company. The company then tell me exactly who I need to donate to. I send my donation, $250, split between 2 people. So I send $125 to one person and $125 to another person. I'm then classed as an active donor within the system. That is step 1. Step 2, which is crucial. I now want to find 2 people that also want to become active donors like me. They are interested in receiving donations for their cause from across the globe, like I'd like to. Once I've found those 2, they become active donors by them donating the same as I did. They'll want to do what I did. Their aim now is to find their 2 people. So it's 2 people who get 2 people. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a completed donation center. It is no more complex than that. Now, again, as I've said, I've worked in multi-level marketing myself, which is just a different system of people business. And I know that the average person in any home-based business only ever recruits 2 people. The beauty of what I'm sharing with you today with 50/50 crowdfunding is that all you actually need are 2 members, 2 people. 2 members can get you from the very start of this deal right to the very top. You could only ever talk to 2 people and be very successful with this platform. What I'm sharing with you there is you are the head of your donation center, and you'll receive 50% of everything that happens within that donation center, within those 6 people. And I'll talk about that in a bit more depth now. So there you are, 50% always goes to you. We have 8 different donation levels within this system. This is the improvement or the enhancement that David T. Rosen has done from his original platform from 2002. That only ever had 1 level. Now we have 8 different donation levels. So you can get in where you fit in. The main platform is the 250, the 500, the 1,000, 2,000, 4,000. We now have another platform, which is probably more affordable for more parts of the globe. $25, $50, and a $150. What I'll do is I'll show you how these donations would work. And we'll start from the $250 level, because this is where I actually started myself. So level 4, $250. Like I said, I donated $250. I shared that between 2 people. $125 to one person, $125 to another person. Once I've done that and they've received it, I'm then classed as an active donor. I am then eligible to receive 6 donations from my donation center, each to the value of $125, a total of $750. when I've received all my $750, I can say thank you very much, and I could walk away because I've received as much as I wanted to. Or I might go, well, that was good. I want to do that again. So my $750, which is my only out-of-pocket spend, by the way, I've now received $750 into my bank account. I'd use $250 of that to go and do the whole thing again. Go and donate again to 2 people in the system, $125 to one, $125 to another. I'm then eligible to receive another 6 donations again of $125, another $750. And I can do that over and over and over again. Now, once I've received $750 and I use $250 to go into level 4 again, I've still got $500 left. Now, the smart thing to do with that is use that $500 to get myself into level 5. So it's not out of pocket, it's just come from the donations I've already received. $500, I would split that between 2 people. I'd send $250 to one person, I'd send $250 to another person to help them with their cause. I'm then eligible to receive 6 donations of $250. It's $1,500 in total. Straight into my bank account, straight into my Bitcoin wallet, or straight into my PayPal account. My choice how I'd like to receive it. With that $1,500, I can walk away, say thank you very much, and not do anything again, not donate again. Or I might think, well, that was good. I want to put another $500 back into another level 5 donation center again. So I'll do that. $250 goes to one person, $250 to another. I'm then eligible to receive another 6 donations of $250. That's another $1,500. With that $1,500, I've still got $1,000 left. And the smart thing to do with that is to go up to level 3. You can see what's going to happen now. I will donate $1,000 between 2 people, $500 to one and $500 to another. I'm then eligible to receive on level 6 in this donation center 6 donations of $500, $3,000 total. By the way, if you're on level 6, you'll also be on level 5, and you'd also be on level 4. You can't just be on level 6, you'd be on all the lower ones as well. And they all work independently. So in this scenario, you're going to have a total of 18 different donations coming your way from 3 different levels. And again, this goes on to level 5, level 7, and the top level, level 8. Now, level 8, you're talking $4,000 level. You would split that between 2 people. $2,000 would go to one person for their cause. $2,000 would go to another person for their cause. Now, can you imagine receiving a donation of $2,000? It's very special. Now, once you've done that, you're then eligible to receive 6 donations of $2,000, a total of $12,000. And you can do this over and over and over again. There's no limit to how much you can receive in donations. The last slide here, really, I'll just to show you how the flow of donations would work. So there you are. You're at the top of your donation center. You've already donated $250 to 2 people, as the system has told you. You've now introduced your first person who's registered, and they're now donated their $250. Half of that $250, because you receive half of everything in your donation center, comes to you. So you receive $125. The other half, $125, goes to somebody above you. Second person you introduced, they would do the same. They would donate $125 to you and $125 to somebody above you. Now, there you are at the top of your donation center. You've just received 2 donations of $125 into your bank account. You've just had back what you donated in the first place. Very powerful. Number 1 will want to get started. He'll do the same thing. We use number 3. He'd receive $125, and this is your donation center, so you receive $125. Number 2 will get started. He'll introduce his first person. He'll receive a donation of $125 straight to his bank account, and you would receive the other half, another $125. Number 2 brings on his second person. He receives $125, and $125 flows up to you. Number 2 has now just received his second donation of $125. He's just had his money back, his $250 that he donated in the first place. He's a happy chappy. Number 1 will bring on his second person. He'll receive $125. He's happy now as well. And $125 would float up to you. Now, you've just received 6 donations of $125. Big total of $750. You just completed your first donation center. That is it. You could walk away at this stage, or you might go, well, oh, I like that. I want to do that all over again. When you do it all over again, you would then move from where you are, and you fall underneath somebody else that's only just joined the system, possibly. And then you'll have 6 new spots to start all over again. Your team, because of the Morbius loop, number 1 and number 2, as they complete their donation center and they want to do it again, they will follow you into your new donation center. So they'll help you fill up your next donation center. So it's not you having to go and find new people. It could be the same 2 new people that follow you all the way through the system. This flow of donation I'm showing you here works exactly the same whether somebody's on the $25 level, the $50 level, the $150 level, the $250, or right up to the $4,000 level. If this was the $4,000 level, these donations you're looking at here would be $2,000 each. Absolutely. That, folks, is all there is to this, to how the donations flow in 50/50 crowdfunding. So I will stop sharing my